Mental Salvation Radio, Salvation Sundays, episode 87.
Imagination. The body is the physical vehicle that carries the soul and the spirit too, which is inseparable in existence from the body. So the metaphysical part is distant from the physical part. The word spirit comes from the Latin word spiritus, meaning breath. It's supernatural, transcendent, and therefore metaphysical, body, soul, spirit. Mind, body, soul, spirit. Touch the vibrations, you can feel it. Collectively, it seems quite odd, but it's the great creation of God. Mind, body, soul, spirit. Touch the vibrations, you can feel it. Collectively, it seems quite odd, but it's the great creation of God. Movement, intellect, holy.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
Let's not rush this feeling, dealing with each other. Let's take our time until we learn each other. No limits, no blocks, no boundaries. Love has truly found me, laying in your arms, head on your chest. Listen to your heartbeat, take slow breaths. Zone out, the universe has been so kind to find a mind that's combined with intellect. Spiritual beings we are, guided by the stars. Aura, natural beauty, talking to you soothes me like ginger tea, feeds me like lentil soup, stimulates the root sprouts from the crown. Chakra, Holy Father, Mother, Creator, the source of royalty, a savior, highly favored, flowing through the bloodline. Is this a crime? The king of sorrow, Sade. I'm amazed by the grace.
Mental Salvation Radio, Mental Salvation Radio, Mental Salvation Radio. Mental Salvation Radio, Salvation Sundays, episode 87. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me loud and clear, put some fire emojis in there. That really helps out. If you could put some fire emojis in there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big up to everyone who is in the chat room right now. Big up to Yoga Bay J. Big up to Yell for Change. Congratulations, Yell for Change. Congratulations to Yoga Bay J, who out there doing that yoga, getting our yoga thing on, you know what I'm saying? On, feel me. Big up to Ready to Learn Enterprise. Thank you for tuning in as well. Before I jump into my guest today, who is Anonamas Grooves, Wellness Grooves. We're going to get into some wellness and things of that nature today. But before I jump into that, I want to say thank you to everyone who has either sent a DM or a text message like, hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thanks, everybody, for the well wishes. I am doing well. I'm getting better. Just had a obstacle that I had to jump over to make sure that, you know, my health was good. Nothing, I would say, detrimental to my health, or nothing that I have to go get chemo for or anything of that nature. Give thanks for that. It's just, you know, things that I have to just approve upon, in a sense, you know. And one day I will definitely jump on here and let everyone know what those things were. For those close friends who already know, you know, thank you for your support and things of that nature too, right? This is a platform, and I'm coming back. This is the platform for the entrepreneurial spirit of the Black woman. If you know a Black woman who has the entrepreneurial spirit and or have a story to share and to tell and to get their point across, because I can't tell the story better than you can. So hit me up, Mental Salvation Radio, here on Instagram. Click the link in the bio. The link in the bio will have a drop-down box. We'll drop down. Within that drop-down box, we'll have a form. a Google form that you would have to fill out. Just name, first name, IG info, and a photo of yourself. Right now, I am actually booked up to the end of the year, which is a beautiful thing. And now working on that 100th show in December. I've been doing this since the start of the pandemic, or the start of the plandemic, however you want to call it. I've been doing it for that long, almost about going on 4 years now. So been talking to a lot of beautiful sisters out there who do have a story to share and to tell. So big up Yoga Bay J. Hopefully everything is good on your side of the world. And that's what I mean. I would say on your side of town, but you're in a different world. You're on your other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? Where it's always nice and sunny when it's winter and cold over here. But at any rate, yes, thank y'all for tuning in. Big up, big up, big up, big up. So what I want to do is to bring my dope guest on. I've been knowing her for a very long time, and we did a song together called Life Meditations. And that song and that which we did was basically created in 2010. In 2010, and it's 2024. Life Meditations. I want to play a piece of that, and then right after that, we're going to bring on my beautiful guest, Anonymous Grooves. Big up to Preneur Starseed Podcast, Foxy Roxy. We right back with Salvation Radio.
The mind is the intellect, the consciousness, the thought, perception, memory, emotion, will, imagination. The body is the physical vehicle that carries the soul and the spirit too, which is inseparable in existence from the body. So the metaphysical part is distant from the physical part. The word spirit comes from the Latin word spiritus, meaning breath. It's supernatural, transcendent, and therefore mind, body, soul, spirit. Mind, body, soul, spirit, just the vibrations you can feel. Collectively, it seems quite odd, but it's the great creation of God. Mind, body, soul, spirit, just the vibrations you can feel. Collectively, it seems quite odd, but it's the great creation of God. Intellect, holy.
Mental Salvation Radio, Salvation Sundays, episode 87. And you just heard just a piece of the song that I did with Anonymous in 2010 called Life Meditations. You can find it on my Bandcamp, enoch7prophet.bandcamp.com. And it's on the album called Electric Soul Force. Electric Soul Force. And with that being said, let me bring in my sister.
Hey, can you hear
Peace.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
How you
yes.
doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's been a long, forever.
I know.
Only time I've seen, I guess the only time we've seen each other is via Facebook or Instagram or something of that nature. But I know we'll definitely probably talk about this too. But I definitely want to come out to be more to one of the open mics and to the things that you're doing out there with the Bangladesh band and all that good stuff. So that is on my calendar to come out and check it out and see you guys, because I haven't seen you or any of the members of the band, and God knows,
All good. is family, so we
It's all
here.
good. It's all good. So, before we jump into it, I would love for you to introduce yourself to the Salvation Radio, Mental Salvation Radio family, and then tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Anonymous Grooves. I'm a singer, songwriter, and since the pandemic, or a little bit before, I've been a big on wellness advocate, um, social justice advocate, things to empower people, help to heal people, to motivate them. I'm a member of the band, the Bangladesh Project. I'm also a member of the art group Liberated Muse art group, and I'm glad to be here and blessed to be with my brother Enoch and Mental Salvation Radio.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate this time that we're going to share together on this podcast, and just jump into some things that I may not know, things that's just happened with you not too recently. I know you mentioned something about the wellness journey, being a singer, songwriter in a band, and it seems to me you have a lot of things. You have your hands in a lot of things, but I always love to start off with my guest of, who was Anonymous Grooves? Where were you born? Where were you raised? Are you the only child? Things of that nature.
Okay, so I was born in Patterson, New Jersey, raised in Maryland since I was three.
Hmm.
My people are from the Eastern Shore part of Virginia. Um, my birth name is Angela Ballard, and I try to live my name,
Hmm.
Angela or Angel, God's messenger. My middle name's Monique, as a counselor. And Ballard, I think, means to travel, roam around, or something like that. And I just, as since the pandemic, since we last talked, I just was developing my company, Wellness Grooves. And now I have wellnessgrooves.com and also Wellness Grooves Spa, because I became licensed as a massage therapist during the pandemic too. And I pivoted from clinical research into massage therapy. So I'm really excited about all of those changes.
Wow, wow. Those are some unique changes, because the last we talked, I think the last I saw you was when you came to a show at the Songbird.
It might have been.
That was, damn, that was like
Was that
20,
Adams Morgan?
that was in Adams Morgan.
Okay, yeah.
That I
It's been a minute.
I think that was after, maybe that was before the pandemic, kind of like
I,
2020.
I think so. I think so. In person, yeah.
In
Physically looking
person.
eyes on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was like 2020 when we did that show in at Songbird and Adams Morgan. So since that time of before the pandemic, I want to definitely start before the pandemic. But that time before the pandemic, what was your experience like as an artist before the pandemic hit us during that time?
I was very blessed. I was doing work with a lot of the same people I'm still tied to today, doing creative processes with Liberated Muse, and also doing shows with the Bangladesh Project. And even, I don't know if you remember the group Anonamas, we were
Yes.
kind of like back and forth doing some things since the early 2000s. So it's very grateful. Of course, the pandemic was just kind of a big reality check and traumatic incident that happened to all of us,
Right.
right?
Right.
So I really wanted to take that time, and I realized life was short. I was losing a lot of people, and I was like, I want to do something that fulfills me. I like the clinical research, but I'm so stressed. I got to find another way. So I pivoted and went back to school for massage therapy, and I learned like all these different modalities you can help people with pain. Actually, my sister suffers from fibromyalgia, and that's what made me want to learn about ways to help her
Hmm.
pain and other family members. And then from that point, I just wanted to help people in pain. So now I use my art to help people, my music,
Right.
as well as the massage therapy component. And I'm always learning things. So Wellness Grooves, I use that platform to like talk about different facets of wellness, spiritual wellness, mental health wellness, financial wellness. It's all different facets that we need to talk about and have these conversations. So I'm doing more to cultivate that,
Mm.
and also the massage therapy component.
Got you, got you. And did anything kind of propel you to get more into your wellness? Did it, of course I guess, I think all of us, no matter, where we're at in this world, may have lost one or two people during the pandemic, and maybe before the pandemic. But during that little time when you was losing people, did that propel you to say, you know what, I want to take life seriously, or I want to do what I'm sitting here to do and kind of focus on that? What made you propel more into the wellness
I,
things?
the latter. I want to do what I'm supposed to do on this earth. I think we all have a purpose, and sometimes we put it on the shelf because we gotta make money, pay bills or whatever. But if it's something that you're designed to do, if something God puts in you to do, the money will come.
Mm-hmm.
It, you have to think about it as you're holding up your blessing. To me, in my personal opinion, but I wish I did this a lot sooner in life. But I'm grateful that I'm doing it now.
Got you. And let's put a sticky note there and kind of dial the time back into you growing up, coming from Paterson, New Jersey. That I never knew. I thought you were always a Maryland girl. Like I thought you was like, and I never knew you were from Paterson. But moving from Paterson, New Jersey, and then now being raised in Maryland, what was that? How was your upbringing? Were you raised with your mom and dad, or just your mom? Did you have
Right.
brothers and sisters? Things of that nature.
Yes. So my parents moved us from Patterson when I was 3. So I have no experience per se of Patterson. And actually, if I did stay there, we would be going to that school where Joe Clark, the
Oh,
movie, we would have been going there. So I would have probably been a whole different person. And yes, I have an older sister, so I'm the baby, but we all kind of baby her.
right,
We're eight
right.
years apart, so to go from being the only child and then I show up, so she had to get used to that. And but I love her very much. I love my family. Growing up on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, that's where I was raised. I'm very thankful for it. It's a tight knit community. It's country, which I love that. I think it built the foundation of who I was and who I am. My parents were together, but when I was at 9, I turned at 9. They divorced, but I'm still very close to my father, and my mother remarried again when I was when I was 12, and I'm very close to my
Hmm.
stepdad. So I'm thankful to have him in my life as well as my father. But those 3 people really cultivated who I became. My father introduced me to God. My mother introduced me to integrity and caring. My stepfather introduced me to structure and order.
Hmm.
So they really cultivated who I am. And
Right.
I've always used art as a form of therapy for myself. From my childhood, I used to draw and sculpt. And then when I turned in my 20s and 30s, I started to get into songwriting. So art was always a part of my life.
Hmm.
And wellness, even in my college years, like my family were like, "Oh, Lord, she's eating some bark or something," and I'm like, "Well, it'll help lower your blood pressure." Or da 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 da. And my family makes fun of me, but I'm like, take this to help with that.
Right.
Especially the pandemic was very scary, so I was really trying to study about what things to improve or boost our immune system. So I had my parents taking like black seed oil and everything, harassing family members and loved ones. Take this, don't forget to take that.
Right. Right. Right.
So I'm like, we gotta fight. We have to fight to
Right.
thrive, to live and be healthy, because the system, it feels like the system is designed for us to become sick or to stay sick. So
Hmm.
we have to rebel against that.
Definitely have to rebel against that, and it's one of those things that, I guess, damned if you do, damned if you don't, in a sense of, you know, maybe getting advice from someone. You can give that advice, but now it's up to them to take that advice, to roll with it, to do what they have to do. And, just by hearing you, just by listening to you, and you acknowledging your stepdad and your real dad and your mom, and being the youngest, 8 years later, here comes Angela. 8 years later, here comes, a girl. Now, being the youngest girl, and then your mom and your dad separate, how did that, as a young child, make you feel? And what were those processes, as we're talking about health and wellness? What was your emotional, maybe maybe your emotional setbacks that you had when your mom and dad kind of separated?
I think that most children, and including myself, I thought it was my fault. For some reason, children think when everything changes around them, it's because of something they're doing. So I thought, oh no, they're splitting up because of me. And both my parents were like, what are you talking about? I didn't understand. It was a lot of other things and, issues I don't want to get into with different parents or what have you. But
Right.
I decided everything was my fault, and that was not healthy. It had nothing to do with
Not at
me.
all.
And
Right.
then I started to use humor to help to deal with it. So I would kind of laugh at life and laugh at pain in my
Mm-hmm.
own way to kind of process things. But and
Okay.
try to cheer up my mom when she was down and cheer up my dad when he was down. I started to feel like, well, let me be some kind of band-aid for them. And I think that's what really planted the seed of me wanting to help to heal, heal
Mm.
myself, heal my loved ones. I didn't understand that at the time, but I
Right.
think that really planted the seed for my desire to do something bigger than myself, but know that every little bit that I do that is good can make a difference for someone else.
Absolutely. Now, did that type of emotions and energy that you had, coming from, I would say divorced parents, and now trying to understand like, hey, it's not my fault. Did that spill over into a behavior in elementary school or middle school? And if it did, how did you what made you um, come together, pull those pieces together?
Yeah, I think it did affect my my scholarly years. I would always think I went into a realm of people pleasing, which is toxic too. I
Hmm.
thought, well, I need to please other people and put myself last, which is detrimental. And it took me a long time to realize, like, no, I'm just as important as everyone else, or we're all on the same level. It's not one is bigger than the other, is bigger than the other. I have a voice, I have something to say, just as everyone else in this world. I have something to contribute and to add to the table.
Hmm.
But it took me a long time to my late 20s to really accept that and acknowledge that. And I think it's still, sometimes our past flaws, they still kind of surface and we have to acknowledge them and address them and nip them in the bud right then.
Hmm.
So,
Absolutely. And were you in choir at all during your scholarly years, whether it's from being in a choir, I guess middle school to college,
mhm.
and you say you were?
Well, yeah. So when I was little, I'd like to sing and dance. And I was in the Michael Jackson dance contest
Uh oh.
and Skateland in Salisbury, and I won like grown men. I beat grown men. I was like 10. So I always loved to do art and dance and everything. And I was told I couldn't sing. I was told that from high school. Like people say, you can't sing. I'm like, all right. But I just kept doing it till I found my voice in it because I enjoyed to do it. So
Right.
people don't say that anymore. I'm not no Whitney Houston. I think I've said this to you before, but I can sing in my own way. Do my own thing. It's all good. I have something to
Right.
contribute.
Right, right. And did that talent surface from anybody in your family, like your mom or your grandma or your dad or anyone that you can remember? Because for me, growing up, whether it's in the church or around family members, we start to pick up singing. Maybe, like you said, I'm not a Whitney Houston, I'm not a Luther Vandross, but we kind of pick up how to hold a note or what key you should be in. Did you pick any of those things up from your mom or dad, anyone in your family that you
No,
admire?
my parents aren't really musical. They love music, so actually they owned a record store when I was little. So I spent a lot of time in the record shop with my mother, listening to different music, and that's what made me fall in love with it. But no, it was like a great aunt of mine on my father's side. I believe she used to perform with like Billie Holiday. I don't remember her name, but these are just
Mm.
stories I was told, but no one directly. I have like my aunt can sing in a choir, and my one of my cousins sing, but she won't sing in front of me. So I'm like, but and as far as for me with singing in high school, I was in a concert choir, and as well as church, I was sung in church. Probably as I was older, like more teenager, high school, even college and adulthood, I sung more so in church then.
Mm. And when did you start writing? When did you when
I
did
didn't
you when did you first start writing, and what was that song, if you can remember?
I started writing in like 29. I wrote really late in life, like 29. I wrote a song about the skies above or something, shining skies above or something like that. And it was actually poetry. I started writing poetry first, and then it turned into songs. And I was like, I got to do something with it like this. And I started to create a book of poems, but I wanted to sing them. So that's where all that came from.
You know, I've always, and this is my opinion, and I always thought this. There are some artists who are poets that can easily transition into an MC with no problem, and there are poets who are great poets, but they can't translate that into a rhyme. Like it's not maybe they're not wired like that. How did you, as a 29-year-old and moving, and just gradually learning your art, how did you transform those pieces of poetry into song?
Just try to start singing them and finding my voice within them. Just kept practicing. It's like, oh, okay, oh, I like this sound and I like this. And if I write the words and kind of put a dash between where I want to break up the pronoun or the verb or what have you. And I just kind of tinkered with it until I found my voice in it. And then it became wanting to write about what I observed in the world. That's where my name Anonymous came from. I spell it Anon, a mass, and it's just you see a poem that says anonymous, the unknown person, and I do that because I feel like I have something to say, but this is a way a lot of people feel,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to say the words that I see or perceive in the world. And I've had people coming to me say, where can I find that song? Or it resonates with them, or they're like, I feel exactly how you feel in those lyrics. So I always continue to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be put in the box as far as a genre. I guess I'm mostly soul, but I like to do and sing different types of songs and make different types of sounds. And there's always going to be something to sing about or talk about or write about. So
Right.
I just always want to be a part of that
Right.
movement. And the same thing I want to resonate over into the wellness grooves. Is always going to be something to discuss in wellness, your mental health wellness, your 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 creative
Mm-hmm.
wellness. There's always something to discuss. There's always a conversation to have.
It is. It is. I'm going to go up to the comments real quick. And when we were talking about how, maybe the pharmaceutical industry and, health and wellness is key and things of that nature, Gargan has said, it's all about the money. It's all about the money and not really about the health and wellness of that person. Because if you kill that person, then what is the use for this particular meds? What is the use for that? And I just wanted to just recognize that he mentioned, like, it's all about the money, right? And as we kept talking about, people pleasing, or creating, just overcoming our own trauma, Panoya Starseed podcast, who is Foxy Roxy, she says people pleasing comes from trauma, and she definitely overstands that. And then she laughs about the Michael Jackson, skate contest, that which sounds fun as well too. But dealing with that trauma, do you think is important for those who are getting into the wellness lifestyle and being wellness coaches and being fitness coaches and being yoga instructors, because that's all part of wellness, and being a psychologist or a sociologist and things that sociology and things of that nature. Do you think it's important for for you to get past those traumas in order to be a coach? Or how is that balance? Are you still working with your traumas in the light of still helping someone? I always fought with that situation of how people become wellness coaches, and do they get over their own trauma within the process of becoming a wellness coach?
Hmm. I mean, for me, I think that it's important to work on yourself first before you're able to help other people. I'm not saying you'll be 100% cured or well to the point of whatever, but it has to start with you first. Just like being in a relationship, you have to love and build and work on yourself before you bring someone else into your life, into your fold, or
Mm-hmm.
you're just inviting a potential more trauma or giving them trauma. So it starts with you first. So you have to process and heal from the things you're dealing with. And then that way it can be a testimony for someone
Mm-hmm.
else that comes along, because you can relate and say, I've been through that. I understand that. And these are the things that I use to help me deal with this. It might not be the same path for you, but I want to just give you some options, educate you on what you can do to help yourself.
Mm.
You know, they say they put you're on a plane, you don't put the mask. A friend of mine always said that you put the mask on yourself first before you put it on the other person. It's
Right.
the same thing. You got to put your mask on first, work on yourself first
Right.
before you can help someone
But
else.
some people just, they putting on the mask for you and be like, I'll be okay. I'm just worried about you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like
And
because that's. I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
I'm big on mental health and seeing a therapist. I've seen therapists. I'm a big advocate of that. But once I was in the process of interviewing some therapists, I was like, this person got some issues, and I don't want them to work on me. And they need to work just, by conversations. Like you go to a hairdresser and their hair is jacked up. It doesn't mean they can't do your hair, but you're very apprehensive,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because like, well, you look like that. I don't want you to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right. I feel you.
it's
I
like
feel you.
you want to be able to have something complete, show a sign of completeness within yourself, a balance within yourself, before you're there to help someone else. That's
Mm-hmm.
just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe people don't, but that's what I think.
You know, I had a therapist once, and she said, sometimes your therapist is not resonating with you. Like it doesn't, you guys don't click, and that's okay. You just have to find a therapist that you click with.
Yeah,
Who they may not tell you everything they've been through, but you could feel like they may, they may understand where I'm coming from, and I think that always boils down to you just interviewing, as you mentioned before, interviewing therapists because they're interviewing you in a sense to see if this is going
right.
to be a good fit for them too. Um, Sunshine Monet L says, being a wellness coach definitely helps you exercise breaking people pleasing. Because people will come and try it. That's what she said. Submerge yourself and your community and letting them reflect your energy back helps, right? So jumping into your health and wellness, because you can sing, you can write, that's comes second nature to you, singing and writing and being involved in Liberated Muse, which is a wonderful platform for sisters, because I think it challenged the sisters in the sense of different songs, how you going to do this, and I've seen and I followed that process. Big up to Khadijah as well, and I followed that process. But your solo journey of now coming from the singing realm, the poetry realm, into the wellness community. Um, Take us through a day. Like, what are the pros and cons that you have faced being an entrepreneurial, having the entrepreneurial spirit of a wellness advisor? What are your pros and cons that you have faced, and how did you overcome those?
It takes a lot out of you because, like, for example, my focus mainly right now has been the massage component. So before I even work on someone, I talk to them and I ask them what they do, what's their daily life like, so I can imagine what muscles are being worked, what they're doing was fatigued. And a lot of times when you're working on someone in a massage, usually people want to relax, but some people want to talk and they want to talk about all these painful things while you're working on them. And it's like, you just have to listen and be empathetic to what they're going through. And hopefully from the talking, you can start to feel their muscles kind of melt. Um, but after that, it takes a lot out of you as a therapist because you're giving your time, your body, your mind to help them. So a lot of time I have to like reset myself to go on to the next therapist. I mean, to the next client, just to help to reset and say, okay, let's go to the next one. But I need like space in order to do
Mm-hmm.
that. I realize I don't like to be in an environment where it's a very short time to go from one client to the next. Because for me, I need time to, like, besides prep the room, to reset myself so I can give that same quality of therapeutic touch to the next person. It's important to me. And as well as the other components of wellness is I'm always trying to read, I'm always trying to study, I'm always trying to learn. Marketing is challenging. I'm appreciating marketing, to seeing like you got to be on this, to get the word out. It's not a joke.
Right.
So just getting apt to the things that I don't know, that the things I'm trying to master, and being grateful for the process and the challenge of it all.
Mm. Do you still have a 9 to 5, or is this your pride and joy? This is what you want to get off the ground.
This is my 9 to 5. I work part time at a place to do massage, but I'm also working for myself to do massage and do the wellness grooves component, and that's where my drive is to fully be working for myself, to
Gotcha.
total entrepreneur. So, but it just takes time. It takes steps. I just moved back to the area, so I'm planting seeds. I'm doing things. I'm reconnecting with my community,
Mm-hmm.
my tribes. Shout out to Liberated Muse, to Khadija, Coley, Lynn. Um, just a little plug about that. I'm actually doing an event with Liberated Muse, with Black Writers for Peace and Social Justice, and Miriama Publishing. We're doing an event in August called the Wellness and Vitality Refresh. It's August 24th. So same thing. It's going to be, you're going to see Wellness Grooves there. That's me, as well as those other lovely ladies, Khadija and Coley. And we're going to be talking about different aspects of wellness. This is for women, and it's mothers, daughters, sisters, whoever, just dealing with the pressures of life. And we want to create a safe space for them to come and commune with us and to
Mm-hmm.
build. So again, we want to start with what we know with women, who ourselves, our walk, and then venture from that. But yeah, so a day in the life, it changes. I mean, it could be I'm working on some article or something I'm trying to do for Wellness Grooves, or I could be writing a song, something I want to talk about
Right.
that will
Right.
help Wellness Grooves, or doing a massage, or doing my art, because I still need to do the art to help to keep me balanced and to inspire me. So the day in the life is different every day, and still trying to take care of aging parents. I have that to still do, and
Ah.
because I love my family, and trying to see what I can do to make their lives better, or to take care of themselves. So
Right. Right. And that is a job within itself. It's um I was I was listening. A friend of mine has sent me a story on IG that was Charlemagne the God was talking with someone else, and he said the best times of your life that you have your children around is between the ages of, I think, 0 to 18 or something of that nature, and then after that your children rarely come visit you, like you rarely see them after they're 18. Maybe twice or 3 times a month or something like that. But if you are in close proximity of your mom and dad, you're kind of seeing them all the time, and while you are taking care of them, how are you still able to take care of yourself when it comes to the health and wellness of things? Like, what are the things that you do to take care of yourself within taking care of your parents? Not just your mom and your dad, but now your parents, because you put them at high standard because they nurtured you. So how do you do that?
Moving a little further away from them, they live on the Eastern Shore, so I don't see them as often. I go home a couple times a month, but I'm calling, just checking in. When I go there, I'm making sure everything's good, or all their appointments are straight. And what do I do for myself? Big thing right now, since I'm a body worker for massage, I get massages. Like, I have to do that. I went too long without one, and I was like, I have to get back into this and taking care of myself. Stretching. I'm big on stretching, taking care of my body. I injured my back earlier this year, and I had a whole new appreciation for massage therapy I get when people get off the table after I work on them and they're crying and they're thanking me, because that pain is no joke. It's horrible. So it has made
Yeah.
me a better therapist. And I just want to return the favor, and also do that to myself, get massages, stretch to take care of my body. I journal, I write songs. Songwriting is therapeutic for me.
Hmm.
It's an escape. So that's a big thing I do. Spending time with family, spending time with friends, bouncing ideas off of each other,
Right.
setting goals. I love doing events, whether it's a wellness event, something musical. I thrive off of that. So all those things, my life as I have it, and my loved ones, that's therapy to me. Spending time with my sweetie. He's a good man, and
Right.
all of that is therapeutic to me. It helps fulfill my life.
Helps keeps you balanced within
Yes.
this world that's
Yes.
unbalanced. Um, and being a wellness advisor or wellness coach, I definitely commend you because it's a it's a plate full. You're dealing with everything that's coming towards you, dealing with someone else's trauma, and now blocking out what you have to do, whether it's personal things you have to do. You're blocking that out to focus on this one person to give them healing. And I think that's what you said in the beginning, because that's what you wanted to do, because, your mom and dad are, parents are getting older, your sister has some things going on. So that propels you to be, a wellness coach. Do you also travel as a wellness coach too? Do you, take the massage therapist, you take the table around? How are you able to get your message out to the world, and how can we help you do that?
I appreciate that. So I wouldn't say I'm per se a wellness coach. I'm just a lover of wellness, and I'm a researcher. So
Hmm.
I always like to research information as it relates to wellness and share it with people. Now, as far as the massage, I do travel doing chair massage, but not as much. More so, I do massage in a location. It's actually in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. So I'm inviting people to come there to get body work done, and things like these workshops and events that we're doing in August. That will be a way to kind of get the word out, to tell people like, hey, we're here. These are the things we want to contribute to the community to help you in your wellness journey. So that's the way that I go about it.
Now tell us, I have new people on, people are just now chiming in. Big up to Claudia, big up to Smart Video Girl.
Yeah.
Tell us where that particular workshop will be at in August. Tell us that again.
Sure. It's called Wellness and Vitality Refresh. It's August 24th. It's from 1 to 4 p.m. It's in Annapolis at Annapolis Friends Meeting. That is I got to put my glasses on.
I know that's right.
351 Dubois Road in Annapolis, Maryland. And actually, the flyer will be on my page, as well as you can check Liberated Muse, you can check Wellness Grooves, you can check Holy Aziza. All of our pages will be promoting this event. We're definitely looking. We have a lot of great people coming as vendors, and we're looking for more vendors. We have some sponsors, so we're really excited, and we just want people to come out and join us
Is it is
there
it
in
a
the wellness.
is it a free event? Is it a
No,
free event,
no.
family friendly?
So no, it is. The tickets right now are early pricing is $25
Okay.
for tickets, and at the end of July, the price will go up to 35.
Gotcha. So you heard it first here. Investing in yourself. How important is it as a person that's going through what we're going through here together on earth? How important is it that you invest in yourself when they come to you? Because investing means you're putting money into yourself, coming to you, not asking for a handout, not asking for, hey, Angela, I've been knowing you since you were 3 years old. How can I get a discount on a massage? Like things of that nature. How important is it, in your opinion, to invest in yourself?
It is very important. I am, for me, I am a follower of Christ. I honor God. I give God glory in everything I do. So He made us. He made man in His image, and women are the helpmate. We're one, men and women, and I think it's important to as to honor the Creator. You take care of what He gave you.
Mm-hmm.
This body. this vessel is a gift from Him. So the more we take care of it, the more we're honoring the Creator, and that's how I feel about
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing because, a lot of people will see it that way, because your body is your temple.
it.
You
Exactly.
know, my grandma will always say, rest her soul, she will always say, the church is not a building, it's you,
The people.
the people. It's how you and you have a God inside your temple. So therefore, it's always good to feed your God righteous foods, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, in order for your temple to stay alive, for your temple to move. And by you saying that, I know it resonates with people as well too. No matter if you are a Christian or
Right.
Muslim or spiritualist, it all relates to you, your body, who you are, and how are you able to navigate this world which is unbalanced to stay balanced, right?
Right. And I do think that medicine is important, but the problem is it's supposed to be here to help for a certain time. When we have to use something for long term, it does damage to our organs. So if you have to take something like, for example, you're diabetic, of course you have to take your medicine, but what can we do? What foods can you have in your body to help prevent damage to the organs, or to help heal you? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because
Yep.
it says food be thy medicine. So we need to be more educated on the foods we eat, instead of everybody wanting to give us a pill for everything.
Right.
It's a temporary solution. It's not really a solution. It's something. It's a pacifier or a band aid, and and we have to do that, because these commercials aren't going to do it. They're going to Side effects include death, brain bleeding, eye hemorrhaging, but you'll feel like you're in a good mood. Like, this is
Right.
insanity. Like, what? So we have to be our own advocates. I go through my parents' list of meds, I list the side effects, and I'm showing them, like, this is what's going on. And I talk to the doctor and say, well, when y'all gonna do a 6-month review of these drugs? Oh, and the doctors, they're overworked, they're overwhelmed. It's like, well, look, we've got to be our own advocates. I'd be in there with my dad's doctor, like, look, we got to work together, because you're not going to do more harm. You're supposed to be doing good, right? That's
Supposed to
the
be
hope,
doing
right?
good. Supposed to be doing good.
So we're
Yeah.
going to make sure this is doing good. We're going to
Yeah.
figure out how to make this good.
Yeah.
We
You're
have to
absolutely
we
right.
have to be that, if not for ourselves, but also for our loved ones, and educating each other on what we can do.
And we have to be that health advisor for our parents because
Yes.
they're like, when I take my mom to the doctor and they're ask, I let my mom speak. I don't speak for my mom because
Right.
she could
Yeah,
speak,
yeah.
right?
Right.
But then there's sometimes that I know what's going on and she's not telling them. So I may speak up and be like, okay, this medicine that you gave her makes her really sleepy. What is another medicine we can? Oh, it does. Oh, okay. I didn't. I was like, Mom, why are you not telling them that? Like, if you
Right.
don't tell them, they're not going to change it.
Right.
And from my grandmother to my mom, every time they give them meds, I always look them up to see
Yep.
what, like you do, what the side effects are. How can we
Yes.
not take this all the time? But I'm not a doctor. So therefore, if you feel comfortable in taking your meds, well, we're going to do something else in the other process of it all. But we have to be those advocates for our parents when we go. When my sister takes my mom, I say, yo, just record it. Just voice record it and let me hear what the doctor's saying. They're not going to stop you from recording because you have to remember these things,
Right.
Um, let me ask you this question. Speaking on having this platform, dedicated to this entrepreneurial spirit of the Black woman, what are some of the things that you have seen being a massage therapist, by being a Black woman? Are there any ups and downs that you may have, or any doors that you feel like it's hard to get in because you may be a Black woman? And how do we break those boundaries within the massage therapist
I
world?
think it's big to have communities. I'm big on communities, and my experience with massage therapy might be different from another massage therapist. But when my first job out the gate was with godly people. I was blessed. I was at a place. They would just let us, work on the people. It wasn't a rush. It wasn't a constraint. And it was a community, and we all teach each other different techniques. Or I give thanks to the three therapists that I worked with, Jamie, Lydia, and Lottie. They really helped to make me the therapist I am today, and I'm forever grateful for that. So
Mm.
my experience was a wellness center and a medical massage facility where I could see how this thing that I just learned really can make an impact in people's lives in a positive manner. And I would work with veterans, and they would have all this trauma and pain, and what happens to us mentally goes into our muscles, goes into our bones, goes into our blood, and the therapeutic touch can help to settle that, to help to balance that, and it makes a big difference in people's lives. But I've had a chance to work in corporate massage. I like the people and everything, but I don't think corporate anything for me works long term. I've learned that for me.
I don't think no black person like corporate. They just in there, just like I'm just here for a little while because y'all get on my damn nerve. I'd rather.
Right. So I'm learning that, but now I can say I've seen two sides of a coin in massage therapy. And some people are like, oh yeah, I love corporate massage. And that's cool. Like I said, I had a different experience. So I like more wellness environment, take a time. Because if a client's having pain or they're having a muscle spasm, I got to look at a clock at a corporate like, okay, let's hurry this up. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to, if I got to do a little longer massage on them to help them, I want to do that and be okay with it. And you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
just,
yeah. I get it.
so,
I get it. I get it. You know, yo, Anonymous, let me ask you this question. I think I've had a massage therapist on here before, sister was on before, but I definitely want to get your opinion. Are there any myths that needs to be debunked about massage therapists?
yes, we're not, if you're a licensed massage therapist or a registered massage practitioner, that means you went to school. You are not a masseuse. A masseuse is like from what I was taught in school. That's like a French term for massage, and that's usually something more. You know, they're more unethical. Like they touch places they shouldn't touch. I'm not going to jail for nobody. I am a licensed massage therapist. So, you have to sometimes explain that to people like, no, I'm working on these areas and nothing else. And, be a licensed professional. I'm not a masseuse.
Okay, so masseuses aren't licensed? Is that what you?
Now, as far as what I was taught, that is not the proper term for a massage therapist. It's licensed massage therapist or registered massage therapist or registered massage practitioner. We are not masseuses.
Got you,
We are not.
got you, got you. I just like driving with or without a license. You can drive, but you don't have no license to drive, but you can drive.
Right, right, right. So
Oh my
yeah,
gracious.
yeah.
And
So
okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense because another question I would have to ask since you're in that community: are there more men being massage therapists than women, or do you see more? Let's say more black women and black men. What are the ratios that you have seen when it comes to being a massage therapist?
I see more women. It's kind of like how nursing is. It's more patterned towards women instead of men, which I think that's still sexist too. Like there are good male therapists out there, but most of the time I see people want to go to a female therapist, a female massage therapist. And as far as people of color, there are people of color that are therapists, but I haven't seen a whole lot in one area. It's usually like in small little pockets. I'll see black or other people of color that are massage therapists. But it's
Yeah,
still, I think it's still dominantly more so white. But, everything is changing day by day, and that's fine. We're all trying to do good work to help people, to help their bodies.
absolutely,
I think
absolutely.
you have most of the therapists I've seen or worked with, they have a very compassionate spirit, no matter what their ethnicity is. And I'm very thankful. I think you have to have a certain mindset to be in this field, because some people are like, I don't want to touch feet, or I don't want to, I don't even see it as. I just see when I work on someone, I'm actually feeling with my hands, my forearms. feeling for tight areas to try to loosen it. You know,
Right.
it's a different mindset. It's I'm in there. My purpose is to help to solve the problem of pain or tightness or what have you. So
Yeah, and that's and Jason said, when we were talking about the masseuse versus the massage therapist, he was like, when you said the word unethical, that was a great way of putting it. That just reminds me. And Sunshine says, "Oh wow, I didn't know that." So it was just certain things that we don't know because sometimes we're not in that community of
yeah,
what is going on.
I don't think it's malicious when people say, "Oh, you're a masseuse." Sometimes I'll say I'll correct them, but most of the time, like, I'm a massage therapist. Because people don't know. I thought masseuse too was the same, but once
Right,
I learned in
right.
school, like, no, you are. They taught us you are a massage therapist. You are licensed with the state. You can't touch
Absolutely.
people in certain places, or you will lose your
So
license.
if you move, say for instance, if and I have a quick story to tell about that, but if you move from where you are now to North Carolina, you would have to go to the different board or get a different certification.
Yes, I will have to be licensed in that state. I wish they had some type of, and maybe I don't know, but I wish they had some type of licensure for for every state. But I know every state is different. And I'm not sure how they do it like on cruise ships. There's massage therapists. I don't know how that
Yeah.
works. Or they license where the boat docks. I don't know. But yes, if I move to a different state, unless I'm already licensed there, I will have to get a
And
license.
is there any HIPAA laws you have to follow as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Every you have to HIPAA. You have to be compliant for all that. You're collecting patient client information, health information. All of that
Mm,
has to be protected. And I knew that from my background in research, how vital that
got you.
is. Yeah.
Got you. I was at a massage therapist. Went to a massage therapy in Virginia. It was something in Virginia years ago, a couple of years ago. And I laid on the table. Mind you, there are Asians in there. No offense to Asians at all. Here's my story. So I go in there, and the young lady started to, work on my back or whatever. So she sat on my back, right? So the lady who was in there said something. I don't know. She said something to her, and she got off. So I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe she was thinking as she was about to be a
So
masseuse or something. I don't know,
unethical.
but
She was
I don't know.
gonna unethically work on
Yeah, she
you.
was doing unethical work. She, the lady, because she sat on my back, and the lady was like, "No, no, no," and she got off. So I was just like, "Well, she ain't supposed to do that. This is not what I paid for." I guess the lady was like, "This is not what he paid for. This is some other services way in the back of the joint."
I can't say. I
I
don't know.
said, "Damn, I was never going back there because she mistake me as somebody else, I guess." But anyway, um, but with that being said, do you for you for Wellness Grooves and the mission that you have set for yourself, what do you see your Wellness Grooves within the next 2 to 3
Oh,
years?
prayerfully, I will be having a facility for to do massage and other other therapeutic tools to help people with pain, with stress. I would like it to be a space to also do events like a dinner party with like healthy foods and have the chef explain what you're eating is delicious, but it helps with these
Mm.
things, and have the band there or liberated muse and just tie in everything together.
Tying all the arts and culture
Wellness,
and all that.
yeah, everything together, all bundled up in one pretty bow. But that would be that's my goal.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What do you have going on now? What are the updates? Any updates? I know you're doing something with the Bangladesh project in Baltimore, I believe. But what are the other up and coming things? I know we have the workshops that's coming up in August. But what are some other things we can look forward to?
So for Bangladesh, we do a monthly event, or it's called In the Pocket Live or ITP Live, every third Saturday of the month. We are in Baltimore at the House of Chiefs. I gotta get my glasses on because I'm reading this to you. Sorry.
It's all good.
uh, the address is House of Chiefs, 4603 York Road in Baltimore. We're there from 8 p.m. to midnight. Got an open mic, live band. Come on in, come on through, rock with us. We love to have you. This this month we're featuring Amana Day. I think I'm saying his name right. He's a dope MC, so I'm really excited about him being there. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the Wellness and Vitality Refresh that we're doing on August 24th. That's going to be coming up in Annapolis. And again, with the Bangladesh one, every third Saturday. So this one will be Saturday, July 20th, coming up. So
Saturday,
you can
July
come.
20th.
Yes. And I'll have all these flyers posted on my website. And also, we just recently, Liberated Muse, we're going to be doing an event. I believe it is July 27th. And I will have that information also posted on my Anonymous Grooves IG and also on Facebook. So just check those pages, Anonymous Grooves, and also Wellness Grooves and Wellness Groove Spa. I'll be posting
Oh,
the Wellness Groove events, and on my page, I'll be posting all of the events.
and I'm gonna be sharing because you're my sister,
Bless you.
and I've
Yes,
been knowing
brother.
and I've been knowing you for God knows how long, and you've always been dope. You've always had a smile on your face. You've always been supportive with the community in which you're in, and you've always contribute. I've never seen you take away from the community and not contribute something back. I've always seen you contribute more than what you've taken from. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's dope. I'm looking forward to new music probably
Yes.
coming from you. Yes.
Things to say. Bangla makes fun of me, like, oh Lord. But yes, I have some opinions about some technologies. I like technology, but I feel like, I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for this live, but sometimes it feels like we're hooked on a drug. You know what I'm saying? First is a luxury, and then it's like it becomes like a necessity. Like I can't leave the house without my cell phone, and it's like sometimes we have to detox from electronics too, from detox from technology sometimes because and AI is, I don't know, I think it's cool, but it's scary too,
Yeah. Yeah.
for
You're
me.
absolutely right. And the crazy, you know, I can agree to disagree with you with that because it's crazy because if you are, you know, still have living parents that are aging, you can't help but have your phone on you because you
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Like you can't help that process of it. God forbid something happens and they may not be with us anymore here on this planet. Then it's like, well, shit, I don't need my phone. Anybody, where
Yeah,
your phone? You're not.
or
It's
for
at
your
home,
children. You have
and
children.
you
You got to
have
keep
children.
eyes on the kids,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. It's one of those things that within this world, within this AI world, we have to balance and still be human within the process of being, the $6 million man or the $6 million woman and things of that nature. And before I let you go, I want to ask you this question. Um, what are some of the things we could do today to help us with our wellness journey? I know you say you're a massage therapist, but you also massage the mind as well too, with your lyrics, with your poetry,
Oh,
with
bless you. I never thought about it that
just
way.
that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm here. So what are the things that we could do to massage our mental, to massage our minds within this process of today?
I think however way you connect with the creator, I think starting the day with just you know whatever will help you balance, whether it's some type of exercise or prayer or reading something to help to start your day is important. Having a routine in the morning and then even in the evening to kind of decompress from whatever life has knocked you down during
Mm-hmm.
the day, especially with black men. You guys go through so much. Black people go through so much, but black men, I feel like it's an attack, and I encourage black men to like find a method to de-stress and to deal. Breathing is so important. Intentional deep breathing exercises, things that kind of help you pull in and push out the negativity. All of those help. And having communities, finding a tribe that you connect with, of people that you can grow with, to feed off of, to encourage each other. It's really important.
Mm. It sure is. You know, final word for me. I was watching a something on Instagram once again, and it was a white guy saying, just talking about life in general. And he read somewhere that new people are created 100 years. Every 100 years, new people are here. And he said, it's a blessing to be here on the planet with you to share this moment. Why can't we be kind and nice to each other?
Mm-hmm.
It's just you and me on this planet. When I go, you'd be like, damn, I remember Enoch. And when you go, but every 100 years, new people come.
Yep.
So it's a
That's so
blessing
true.
to be on the same planet. Like if I didn't know you, he said he was in a grocery store. He saw this tall gentleman that was super tall, and he thought to himself, "Damn, I'm on the planet with this guy. Like
That's cool.
I'm on the
That's all right.
planet with this guy." You never think like that.
Yeah.
You may see somebody weird in the store, you be like, "Damn, I'm on the planet. This guy is weird as shit. I'm on the planet with this dude. He's just out here with no shirt on, shorts, flip flops, a hat on, and I'm on the planet with him." So, it's a beautiful thing once again to be on the planet with you, Angela, to be on the
Same
planet with you,
here. Yeah.
Anonymous, and to create music with you because we did more than just one song together.
Yeah.
But I did just highlight that one. But it's just a beautiful thing to be on the planet with you and our friends and our connections that we know. So thank you so much
Same here.
for
Thank you.
taking your Sunday out because you could be doing something else to be here on the platform. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And have a beautiful Sunday. And I will keep you up to date. And I will also share all the information
Bless
that
you.
you have
Thank you.
talked about.
All right. Have a good
You
one, bruh.
too. Thank you so much, sis. Have a beautiful one.
All right.
All
Bye.
right. Peace. Mr. Salvation Radio, Salvation Sundays. Salvation Sundays. I was talking to Anonymous. Big up to everybody who was in the chat room. Thank y'all so much for making my return back to Mental Salvation Radio, Salvation Sundays platform, talking to the entrepreneurial spirit of the Black woman. I'm going to shout out everybody, whether you still on this joint or not. I'm going to shout out everybody, whether you still on this joint or not. Big up to Yoga Bay J. Big up to Ready to Learn Enterprise. Big up to Yale for Change, Gorgonist. This is Gary G32. Big up to they _call _me Chico. They call me Chico, like Chico DeBarge. Now, anyway, big up to Chico, Mind of Non-Media. Big up to my brother, King C. Big up to Sunshine Monet L. Peace, y'all. Big up to Denise Tucker. Big up to Foxy Roxy, who is on here. Big up to Mood. Is this Mood? Oh, Mood Mint Dance. I like that. Mood Mint Dance. Instead of movement, it's called Mood Mint Dance. That's dope. Big up to Jason, who was very active in the chat today. So big up to you. Who else? Let's see. Leather flower designs. I like that. You might make leather into flowers, I think. Sounds dope. Who else? Big up to MIM 0630. Who else was in this jump, man? There's a lot of people in here. I believe that's it. Big up to Claudia. Claudia says she may come through. It may be a trip that she may come in August. Big up to Smart Media. Oh, not Smart Media Girl, but she is smart, and then she has the media company. But Smart Video Girl, big up to you. Who else was on here today? And I believe this is OCIA. Big up to you. I'm waving at you right now. Big up to Bree _Z18. Big up to you. I am saying hi to you right now. And please follow Mental Salvation Radio here on Instagram, tapping into the entrepreneurial spirit of the Black woman. If you know a Black woman who has the entrepreneurial spirit or has a story to tell, send them my way. Like I said, there's a link in the bio. But once again, I'm booked until the end of the year. Sometimes people will not be able to fulfill their slot within which they chose, and that's cool too. So we'll pick up somebody else. So Denise Tucker, if you have the entrepreneurial spirit of the Black woman, hit me up. Let me know. I will actually follow you back. And then we'll see if there's some spots available. But I'm definitely working on December being the 100th show of Salvation Sundays. Big up to I'm Just Tosh. Hope you're getting better. Hope you're feeling fine. Get well soon. And for all of my entrepreneurs out there, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Black men, if you're listening and you come to this page and understanding that this platform is for black women, I'm not leaving y'all out, but sometimes I have to leave y'all out because the black woman has something to say. But on top of that, I do a a safe space for black men, which is tonight at 7 p.m. So, sisters, if you know any black men that want to be a part of the safe space that I have for black men that is on Zoom tonight at 7, please send me a DM or tag them within this post or tag them in my DM so I can hit them up to see if they want to be a part of it. I believe we are working on I think this is the 8th or 9th or 10th meetup that we've had thus far. Like I always say here, Mental Salvation Radio, the sun will always still shine no matter how gloomy and cloudy it appears to be. The sun will always still shine. Peace, 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 peace.